such a privilege to have with me Kiran Mani, CEO of Digital Ventures for JioStar. Thank you so much for talking to us. Really appreciate your experience at the TiEcon. A lot of memories. You've been here before and you're coming back again.
In fact, this is the first time that in spite of being a decade here in the Valley, it's the first time that I've actually come for an event. It's unbelievable, the set of panelists, the speakers that have been put together. It kind of feels that I missed out on a moment when I was not here, but I'm so glad that I made it this time.
Oh, lovely. And how was your presentation as such?
You know, we've been in a journey for the last 12 months trying to build JioStar, and we've been so heads down that we've never had an opportunity to look up and tell our story. So in some way, being here helped us kind of craft and say what the message looked like. So happy to have shared it in this forum. And I think it's interesting part of it is for a lot of people in that audience, it was very relatable. Because when content and technology are two topics that most Indians are very passionate about, when you have a confluence of that, it makes great conversations. So I hope it was interesting to the audience who heard it as well.
I love that. India is quite ahead also when it comes to AI advancement and capability, adaptability of it and everything else. How are you seeing the difference between India and US when it comes to AI verse adoption?
See, I think I shared a little bit on my presentation. I think when it comes to IP building and when it comes to actually exploring the technology aspects of AI, I would say we learn from Silicon Valley. We come here primarily to kind of get inspired. But I think the great part of India is that if you want to adapt that and if you want to put that to use and do that at scale, I don't think there is any market like India. It sops in technology and it makes it work for a market which is affordable, scalable, and also practical. So I think if I would actually say that if any company in the Valley wants to actually look at a market where it can scale technology and make it work for a completely different audience, there's no market like India.
I agree with that. No second thoughts about it. Any particular aspect within AI that really excites you?
Look, I think I'll speak about it from the media world itself. We initially used to look at AI as a way for content discoverability, app personalization, or even building new video content. I think the application of AI, in my view, will completely transform the way content is not only consumed, but also produced, how it is monetized, simply because the new data layer that is being built in, it's just expanding possibilities, right? The exact same content which was once available just as a long form in TV, now could be made available in so many different forms. You could interact with it. I feel we are just at the very beginnings of what AI can do in the industry. I think the key part is to stay invested and see what possibilities emerge from it.
One very interesting thing Thomas Warner said about it from a healthcare perspective is how consumer does not have time to look at 100 different apps and there's going to be that one super app that needs to integrate it all. Thoughts about that for you?
Look, I think if you think about a world which is truly helpful, the world of mobile, so in my earlier life, I used to run the mobile business at Google. We always said that the mobile device was built saying that if you were interested or curious about something, you approach the device and you get into an app because you believe that that was the expert. Now imagine a world that is truly helpful. It'll anticipate what you want, and then the world of actually having to approach a device and the app doesn't exist. I do think that the world where everything integrates, I wouldn't call it a super app, but a world for helpfulness is evolving. It's a future that is going to come in faster than we imagine that it's possible.
I love that. And your thoughts about North America and any plans of expansion?
I think that's the most asked question in this entire forum. Look, we're deeply interested in bringing our app internationally. At this point of time, I think we recognize our company is 6 months old. So solving for India in itself is a huge problem for us. US is a super important market for us. Hopefully sooner. And hopefully we are able to bring the IPL and the entertainment experiences to all our friends here.
And I wanted to ask you about that as well, sports, a very important aspect to it. I've seen one thing around technology. There is no more rivalry. It's more like we all need one another to coexist and share our own capabilities. How do you see that when it comes to a global perspective and sports expansion for JioStar?
Oh, I think from a technology stack, I truly believe that I don't think no one player can deliver the world of possibilities. So coexisting with multiple partners who are able to bring experiences together is so important. There is no better world than the sports industry to actually do it. You've been a part of that. What was once an experience where I say that any sport was a lean back man cave experience, now it's a lean forward, interactive family experience. To everyone, you can interpret the sport whichever way you want it. That's the power of technology and what technology partnerships can bring in. We're very proud that we've done that with not only the Olympics, but also with cricket in India. But I think the world of possibilities is still vastly unexplored.
Thank you so much for talking to us. I appreciate that. Thank you.